I am Luciana Hartwin. Welcome to the Temple of Bastet. If you find value here, please share, like, comment, and subscribe. Today we explore the mysteries of ancient Egypt, diving deep into the myths, legends, and timeless wisdom of the gods and goddesses who shaped a civilization. Today we begin a journey into the life and legacy of one of Egypt's most revered figures, Osiris. Before his untimely fall, before the schemes of Set, there was a golden age, a time when Osiris walked the earth as a king, a teacher, and a beacon of hope. Join me as we unravel the story of Osiris's beginnings, a tale of balance, creation, and destiny. In the time before time, when the world was still young and gods walked among mortals, there was a land blessed by the river, the Nile, a silver ribbon stretching through sands of gold, fed the earth and nourished its people. And in this land there was a king. Osiris, they called him, a name that would echo through eternity. He was no ordinary ruler, for Osiris was born of the gods, son of Nut the sky and Geb the earth. His lineage was celestial, his purpose divine. Osiris was not alone in the world. He was one of 4 siblings: Isis, his beloved sister and destined queen; Nephthys, the quiet shadow who lingered at the edges of the light; and Set, the restless brother whose eyes burned like desert storms. Osiris came into the world with a heart wide as the river and dreams vast as the heavens. He was a creator, a healer, a teacher. It was Osiris who taught humanity the secrets of agriculture. Where before there was barren land, Osiris brought green fields that whispered with life. He showed the people how to plant, to reap, to harvest, and in their labor they found joy. He taught them laws, not born of tyranny, but of fairness and wisdom. He spoke of Mayet, the principle of truth and balance that governed gods and mortals alike. His voice carried the weight of the stars, and his people loved him for it. And oh, how Osiris loved his queen. Isis, his sister and partner, was a goddess of magic and cunning. Together, they ruled not with iron, but with compassion and purpose. The land prospered under their guidance. The Nile's floods timed as if answering Osiris's call. It is said that their palace was built on the shores of the great river, its walls shimmering with light that seemed to pulse like a heartbeat. In the evenings, Osiris and Isis would walk among their people, disguised as mortals. They listened to their joys and sorrows, offering words that turned grief to hope, despair to strength. But there was another, Set, Osiris's brother. If Osiris was the fertile soil, Set was the storm that stripped it bare. If Osiris was the song of the river, Set was the howl of the desert wind. Set was chaos, unbound and untamed. Set's heart was a restless thing, seething with envy and ambition. He watched as Osiris was praised, as Isis' magic wove wonders. He watched, and the shadows within him grew. In his mind, a seed was planted, a world where he, not Osiris, would rule, where the desert would swallow the fields, and his voice would rise above the thunder. But this is not yet the tale of Set's betrayal. This is the beginning, and beginnings are golden. For now, Osiris stood unchallenged, his people thriving beneath his care. One day, as the sun kissed the horizon, Osiris gathered his people by the riverbank. There, beneath the sky's blush, he spoke of the cycle of life, of death, birth, and rebirth. He told them that even the gods were bound to these truths. We are but stewards of this world, he said, his voice rich and steady. It is not ours to own, but ours to protect. When we pass, it will belong to those who come after. And when we are forgotten, the Nile will still flow, and the sun will still rise. Osiris's words wove to the hearts of his people, binding them to the land and to each other. They called him not just king, but father. He was their guide, their light in the vastness of existence. But light casts shadows, and where there is light, there is also darkness. In the shadows, Set watched, and while Osiris dreamed of balance and prosperity, Set dreamed of a crown. This, then, was the world before the fall, a world where Osiris walked the earth, where Isis spun her spells, and where the Nile carried their dreams to the sea. A golden age, fragile as the petals of a lotus, trembling on the edge of an eternal night. And so the stage is set. The story of Osiris is not one of endings, but of beginnings, of a king who would rise, fall, and rise again. For the gods do not die as mortals do, and Osiris, the green god, would leave a legacy that even death could not erase. If you found value here, please share, like, comment, and subscribe. I am Luciana Hartwin. Thank you for joining me today here in the Temple of Bastet.